right, well, a lot of people think this man is a future UFC champion. I'm not going to go that far just yet, but in terms of putting together a modern-day mixed martial arts athlete into one package, this kid can do it all.
Yeah, because you watch what you say. Guys like me will just scream, this guy's a future champion, but your word holds value, so you won't do that. But every now and again, there comes a guy that seems to have it. This guy has it. This guy, when you look at him, you see a championship belt around his waist because he can do it all. He's got high-level wrestling, high-level grappling, high-level striking. He reminds me of Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
There was no I wonder with Usman. It was when will it happen? This guy possesses that type of skill. And
he has sort of a championship aura, right? He walks into our fighter meeting, methodically managing his energy. Seems to be the total package. Obviously a perfect test for him right here, right now at this stage of his career. All right, so here is the UFC featherweight champion, Alexander Volkanovski. He certainly has cleaned out a lot of this division, but there are still guys who are coming to take what is his. How do you think he proceeds with this particular challenge here tonight?
I mean, just being himself. He's as good as they come. The guy has tremendous striking. He's got great wrestling. He was thought to be a wrestler when he got here. We have seen him be a master of game planning. We have seen him be a master of strategy. A guy that fights with a game plan, the fight IQ through the roof. And tonight, you're going to experience one of the smartest, most technically gifted fighters you have ever seen. Let's see if that's enough, though, because the challenge is very big tonight as he steps into the octagon. And
he does so having 4 times gone the full 25 minutes in the UFC. Volkanovski very much has a championship style. And he has got another title fight on his hands tonight.
And Johnny, don't get tired. I mean, he goes the distance and seems like he's just running in the park, taking a nice jog on the weekend, fighting the best fighters in the world.
And had he stayed in rugby league, probably would have been an absolute beast there too.
Savage.
Our tail of the tape for this featherweight fight. We set it inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, and now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
All right, Herb Dean, our referee for this one, just about to get underway. All right, here we go, early round action with the UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. And when you want to talk about mixed martial arts evolution, perhaps no man has improved as much over the last 2 or 3 years than the featherweight king Alexander Volkanovski. So much so that his opponent tonight doesn't necessarily know what he is in for. Leg kick, and just slap yourself hard on the inside of your leg and tell me how that feels.
I mean, it really hurts. That's the soft part of your leg. So you land that over and over again, the guy will have a very tough time maneuvering out of a lot of the techniques you go at.
Modest fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
All right, well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Now maybe trying to get to a choke position here, DC. Great work here from the bottom fighter. All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half-guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes. Sweet reversal right there.
All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra pop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep. Big ground and pound.
Volkanovski's in half guard now.
Getting them out here. Look at that. Recognized he was about to lose position.
Print the shirts. Ground and pound. Good movement defensively here on the ground by Volkanovski. Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Volkanovski. Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spent a lot of energy on the ground, though. These guys were going back and forth on the ground, and ultimately, he's gotten back to his feet to give himself an opportunity. Oh, nice inside kick.
Oh, he gets the takedown late in the round. Very useful here towards the tail end of the frame. Seconds to go. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Lands the ground and pound strike. Round two is next.
That's what I'm talking about right there. You got that round, all right? Let's get this next round. Keep doing the exact same thing. He can't stop you.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Second round here. All right, here we go with our next round, DC. Pretty good game plan in the previous round. Attacked the body to great effect, and will look to continue to do so here.
He has done a great job of making the investment. The investment to the body that may not pay dividends early, but as the fight goes long, you will see it start to pay itself out.
Huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished. Nice low single takedown.
Oh, lands with the the ground and pound strike.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Blocked! Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
Oh, good ground and pound here. Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
Checks the leg kick. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Really good job to land these strikes from top position.
He passes the half.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Volkanovski. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
All right, trying to pass here. As Clover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Ground and pound strike there now.
Nice transition.
All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this.
Yes, they have to be mature about the fact that this is a real fighting position, and the guy on top has a lot of opportunities to finish. If he's going to attack this north-south choke, he's got to drive that shoulder deep into his neck, really start to sink his weight away, which will in turn cut the oxygen from his opponent, allowing him to get the finish.
All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC.
Now he's going full mount.
Ground and pound, the hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. A lot of top pressure being applied here.
He's got to be careful here.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here. Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good grappling match, but these fighters came to see knockouts.
Yeah, the fans came to see them knock each other out, and that's what they're going to get. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, John, but ultimately, it is the striking that people show up for.
Seconds winding down in round two. Oh, spinning back fist. Didn't see that one coming. All right, that's the end of round number two.
All right, deep breath. Relaxa, respira. Ok, aquilo foi perfeito, tá? Great ground and pound, ok? Mas você tem que finalizar esse...
All right, so there's the horn. That means it's the end of the round, and a lot of good offensive wrestling work from him over those previous 5 minutes.
I mean, great offensive wrestling. Every time he changed levels and got to his opponent's legs, he was able to secure the takedown. Let's see what type of fatigue his opponent will carry into the next round.
All right, let us now look back at some of the highlights from that round, and there just aren't that many guys on this roster that can keep up this offensive wrestling pace over 15 or 25 minutes.
But he's one of those guys. He is one of those guys that's able to continuously take you down even if you get up over and over. He has this ability to maintain that pace and pressure that he can wear his opponents down. That's why you see him get so many finishes as the fight progresses.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
All right, so the commitment to the takedown pays off. After several failed attempts, he finally gets his first takedown. Now let's see what he can do with it.
That was nice.
All right, setting up for a submission now. Oh, compromising spot here. Triangle choke is locked in. Volkanovski gets pounded, and it's the elbow. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. Beautiful ground strikes landed.
Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Oh, he's got a lot of different arm bars he can go to, attacking here.
What a tight arm bar.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job. Well, defense doesn't always win championships in MMA, but how about the submission defense tonight, thwarting one attempt after the next?
Yeah, and the fact that he's just constantly under attack tells you he was very prepared for the type of fighter that he was in front of. He knew there would be some submissions coming his way. He was ready to defend them, and he has done that beautifully.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
Now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a beautiful technique. He get that high, and now he's got him hurt bad.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Oh, great reversal to top position by Volkanovski.
It's work. Come on, stand you up. It's work.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Oh, he reversed position there on the ground, and he's now in the dominant position. Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by Volka. All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. Good, solid strike on the ground. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas.
Beautiful transition.
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Blocked! Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. 15 seconds.
In the half guard.
Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the horn, and what a round it was for him, DC. And look at him walking back to that corner. He's feeling himself a little bit.
Oh, he's feeling himself, and look at his coaches. They're all celebrating because they know that if they stay the course, if they do the exact same thing, they may be able to find the finish this time.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's a replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage him.
You ready to fight? Ready. Go.
4th round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Oh, caught him with the head kick. Tries to mix in a takedown here.
Oh, nice. Nice takedown.
Oh, going for a leg lock. Heel hook looks tight. Oh, somehow he gets out. Fantastic submission D.
Nice punch there.
Volkanovski gets caught by that straight punch. You gotta do better than that defense. Oh, good entry there to take the fight to the grappling realm. Now we'll see what he can do from here, champ.
This is exactly where he wants to be. Look for him to try to use ground and pound to open up submission opportunities. Great submission defense on display tonight. Trying to recover full guard there.
Work, guys, come on.
Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
Volkanovski's back in full guard. Lands with the ground and pound here. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. And there you go. Again, half guard.
Oh, big shots from the top. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat. Changing the position.
Oh, man, that left side is getting beat up now. Look at the redness there. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Under 2 minutes now to go.
And there you go. Again, half guard. Oh, right to the mount.
Oh, submission attempt here.
He's fighting. He wants this badly.
Oh, good technique there. He's got the travel choke locked in.
He's out. What submission defense on display. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Volkanovski ground and pound from half guard. He is making these shots count. All right, dominant position for him here, full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you gotta start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. All right, it's a good ground and pound by him here. Certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Volkanovski. Another ground and pound strike lands. Volkanovski going to work here from guard. Nice combination there. Everything he throws is with fight-ending intentions. And now he's got the back. Horn sounds for the end of round 4.
Stop, stop, stop.
All right, man, this is the last round. You're losing this one, but you can pull this out. You've done it before several times, man. You can pull this one out. You got to go out there and win.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round. Really good job by the fighter to land that kick. Nice kick to the body. Lands with the lead right. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Gets the single leg takedown.
Trying to recover full guard there.
Oh, good shot landed there from the bottom. Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, so he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. If you're the top fighter in this situation, what are you trying to do offensively?
I'm trying to force some sort of action from my opponent. You want him to turn to his knees to either give you the guillotine choke or allow you to try to chase the back. It's a tough position to control in, but there are options for finishes and are options for positional advancements if you're patient.
All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. Under 3 minutes now to go round 5. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and pound.
He can attack submissions, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight.
Get that knee in.
Gotta be careful here. Beautiful transition. He flattens him out. This could be trouble. This is where he wants to be. There it is. Now he's going to mount.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Hard ground and pound shot there, and yes, it was hard. Opened it right up. All right, side control now. 1 minute to go in the fight. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow. Right. You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs.
Going for a submission now, or so it appears.
He's looking to finish, John. That dog choke is tight.
Oh, action right through the final minute. Nobody in this arena is sitting down. What a fight. We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is Bruce Buffer.
We go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 50-45, and 49-46. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, Diego Lopes!
Well, he did not get the finish that he certainly prioritized when we sat down with him at our fighter meeting, but a win is a win. He gets it done by unanimous decision.
And he said he wanted to finish, but sometimes your opponent's not willing to play the game. In those instances, all you can do is control what you can control, and that's fight to the best of your ability. He did exactly that tonight.